If you want to protect yourself, get a shotgun. Have the shells, a 12 gauge shotgun. If there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony here or walk out, put that shotgun and fire 2 blasts outside the house. You don't need an AR-15. In fact, you don't need 30 rounds to protect yourself.
What's up guys, Jake with TNT. Come to another special video. Today, I got something we typically don't do on the channel. Today, we got a shotgun review. This is the Rock Island Armory All-Gen 12 gauge. Imported by Rock Island Armory. It's made in Turkey. A little Turkish delight here. I actually got this in a trade. I got this shotgun and this shotgun for a trade. So today, I thought it might be interesting to kind of do a sort of review of the Rock Island Armory, but also talk about some of the specs and features of this one and kind of give a little bit of comparison, pros and cons of like having plastic, synthetic polymer stuff versus wood. Oh yeah, and there's some of that too. All right, we are starting with the Rock Island Armory 12 gauge to see how she does. 5+1, there's 4 in there right now, and this makes 5. Tight fit. All right, first shots with the Rock Island Armory AG12. All right, so let's go over all the specs and features of this particular shotgun. So the Rock Island Armory AG12 stands for All-Gen. Comes in roughly about like 200, 250 bucks. Of course, if you check hard enough, you can probably find the price for lower or even higher than that. This one was worth $250 in trade value. This is the Puma 12 gauge shotgun. Also put about $250 trade value. Very similar shotguns. They both have 28-inch barrels. My understanding is they both come with 3 different chokes. I think it's full choke, modified, and like open cylinder or something like that. Do your own research because mine only came with 1 choke. Each of these has the full choke on there. I do have a Mossberg 500 at home. This is birdshot. It feels like I'm shooting buckshot with my Mossberg 500 at home. Man, okay. And the guy was telling me he was getting ready to get into hunting season, duck, quail, all that good stuff. He got these shotguns in anticipation of that. But my understanding is he never really got around to doing that and decided to go ahead and trade them. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yep, should have done that was gonna happen. Both these are empty, by the way. I know boomers out there are watching this boomer video about 2 boomer shotguns. They're gonna say to themselves, oh my God, TN Tactical, are those shotguns unloaded? Yes. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, you'll know that we typically don't do shotgun reviews. We've got like one, Black Aces Tactical bullpup, but other than that, shotguns really haven't been my thing. They all pretty much the same. This is coming from my perspective as an outsider who's not part of the shotgun clique. I don't do a lot of hunting. I've only been hunting like 2 or 3 times in my life. While I respect it and enjoy it and I appreciate it, it's just not really for me. Let me show you what we got. All right, so where I literally just sprayed like both of these with 5. Here is the Rock Island Armory, peppered all over the place, you can see. But when I first shot it with the first blast, it was really down here, down to the left. My first shot with the Puma 12 gauge was right in the middle here. So yeah, that's the main difference there as far as birdshot goes. Let's do some buckshot, see how that looks. So why on earth, if I'm not into hunting, will I get these 2 shotguns designed clearly for hunting? Well, it's real simple. I ended up trading 1 gun for 2 guns, and I thought it might be a pretty interesting video to look at the pros and cons of each of these. So the felt recoil from the Rock Island Armory was a lot more than the Puma 12, unfortunately. Just nature of how it is. When you have a lot of plastic, polymer stuff on there, it's lightweight. Well, it's lightweight, so you're gonna have more felt recoil. Let's see how it feels with buckshot. Starting with just a tip here, you do get 3 chokes. Of course, this being a trade, I only got the choke that came with on there, and that is the full choke. Normally it would come also with a modified and open cylinder choke for you as well. That goes for both these shotguns. They both have a front bead sight. The Rock Island one is like a little copper, little brass boy, and the Puma has like a sort of like a painted one, fluorescent paint or something. Both of them feature like a vented top rail, and they both come in at 28-inch barrels. You can get shorter barrels for the Rock Island Armory. It's kind of expensive, like 100, 120 bucks, something like that. I don't know. Oftentimes you'll actually find it just come with the 18-inch barrel. This one had the 28-inch. Why? I don't know, but this is what it is. I'd really would rather have an 18-inch barrel for home defense rather than try to swing this thing around and smacking walls and stuff and having a hard time getting through. It does hold 5+1, but we had some trouble with actually getting that 5th round in. It was kind of a tight fit. A lot of times, especially with the Buckshot, we couldn't actually get that 5th round in when we were magged up for our intro. And for this demonstration, we are shooting at an old oil here that no longer works. Why? Because this is American. It's a long-standing tradition to shoot at trash. Here we go. That hurts. Everything on this gun is plastic polymer. This is, the fore end here is, everything. Stock here, all polymer. That's good for weight if you're worried about being too heavy, but it's not great for recoil. God. Feels like slugs, dude. Oh yeah, for some reason, I can only get 4 in there this time. That was weird. Oh, that hurt. If you've ever shot a shotgun, it made you have to shit yourself. Literally. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You do have your loading ramp right there. It's not too difficult to load. A lot of times I like it when my shotgun gives a little bit more on that last round when you're pushing them in, so that way you know for sure, yeah, okay, this is going to work. But this one, it's just like right there, like right at the lip. You've got your little, I'm not going to call these parts by the correct names, but you got your little button here to do the pump. You got your little pump unlock button thing there, so you can trigger, of course, nice trigger guard. Not too big, not too small in the trigger guard. I could fit my fingers with gloves on easily in there. Of course, if you've got freaking gargantuan sausages, you might have some trouble. Moving on back, you do have your safety. Good on them for being safe. And considering the fact that there's a lot of boomers that are going to probably watch this video, we are unloading. Time for the Buckshot and the Puma 12. And yes, the irony of me wearing a Stoker shirt while reviewing a couple of Turkish shotguns is not lost on me. Again, 4+1, so it is what it is. God, it hurts. Man, that fucking hurts too. Maybe I'm a pussy, but the felt recoil is less than the Rock Island. I really like the grip on this. I really do. Compared to the Puma 12 gauge, the Woodstock, this one, it's curved more, so I feel like I can get a good grasp of it. This Puma 12 gauge, well, I guess more traditional, I feel like I can't get as good of a grasp on, and I'm really relying on just putting my fingers right there and holding on for dear life. I can't really enclose my grip. Like, I promise we're unloading safe. Notice my grip here, middle finger can barely touch. Definitely not when I'm actually trying to pull the trigger. Versus the Rock Island Armory. See that? A lot skinnier. Feels like I can properly grip it. Feels better, you know? Right here, right there, whatever you gotta do. Now, one cool thing about this one is it does have an adjustable comb up here. You see, you can actually adjust the height there for that. It's also got adjustable length of pull. You basically pop these little things out, comes off, and you can make it a little bit shorter for you if you need to. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this is not gonna be like a typical review like we normally do on the channel, because I'm not big of a shotgun guy. I'm not really into hunting, and for me, a shotgun's a shotgun. You know, you can get some that have some more tactical features to it, but something like this, or the Puma 12 here, they're both about the same to me. The only main difference I could tell you is the felt recoil. The Rock Island Armory has a lot more recoil, both with birdshot and buckshot, because it has polymer plastic furniture. Whereas the Puma 12, also made in Turkey by the way, is wood furniture, and that wood, that weight does help with the recoil. The Puma 12 has 4+1, the Rock Island Armory has 5+1. Now that being said, you can get some aftermarket parts, a lot of aftermarket parts for the Rock Island Armory AG 12 gauge. They're a little bit hard to find. They're not as ubiquitous as like Mossberg's, and there are some aftermarket barrels, but for me, for this video, for you guys, I just couldn't really pony up the price for buying a whole other barrel for this thing, especially when I'm not big into hunting. I'm probably never going to use these for hunting. I was okay with getting them in the trade because, hey, you know what? Never hurts to have some extra shotguns laying around for home defense or just whatever. Even though I'm not really into hunting right now, that's not to say I won't ever be into hunting. There could be a time where maybe 20 years from now I might be into hunting, or God hope I live 30 or 40 years from now. You know, I'm just saying it's not really for me, and that's okay. If guns were a religion, I would say that hunting is a different denomination than the practice I follow. I would say it's more like the Southern Baptist of gun world, whereas maybe tactical stuff might be Protestant or something. I don't know. I'm not like a religious scholar or anything. Whether you go with the Rock Island Armory or the Puma 12 gauge, I do feel that in my heart of hearts that these are good quality, budget-friendly shotguns. Can you spend more? Obviously, yes. That's a whole another rabbit hole that I have never been down on and probably never will go. But from practical, average, everyday American perspective, if you're looking to get into hunting and you need a shotgun, I would say either one of these would be a good choice for you. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. Remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Have you picked up a Turkish Delight like this one? Or maybe you've picked one up like this one. I'd love to hear from you. We will see you next time. And let you see how. Oh yeah, I should do that totally. Let me dry fire these.